Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I decided that I was going to do a speed paint of Minerva, otherwise known as Minty, from my Misty Cove series. And today was mostly a practice for fine detail since I wanted to exercise a lot of the that I want to add into my characters. For example, the curls in the front of her head. Those I don't usually draw because they take a lot of time. However, in this, I wanted to practice drawing ruffles, stripes, buttons, anything that I don't usually add. I wanted to practice using those here. So in this, I aimed to start to draw arms a little bit better. As you can see here, I definitely was having a little bit of difficulty with that one, but eventually it sorted itself out. I'm still a little unhappy with how it looks, but I'm aiming to improve how I draw arms in the future. Some of the details I mainly wanted to try drawing, mostly ruffles. That was my main inspiration for this, since I've never drawn ruffles before. They are a lot easier than they actually look to draw them, which I found quite surprising. In this, I've also started to work on perspective. I usually just draw a character face forward. I've been trying to draw sideways. I'd say I did an okay job with perspective. It looks a little bit broken, but there's always room to improve, and hopefully in the future I can do better with that. And now we're on to one of my favorite parts, the color palette. So recently I've been getting into experimenting with color. For example, before I threw together a bunch of colors that I thought looked nice, which is kind of what you're supposed to do. But the issue with what I was doing before that I had was that I was using too much of the same color, which a lot of people make that mistake. There are ways to make it look good if it's all just the same color. I'm not very good at that, and what I've found definitely the most beneficial to me is using other colors that you wouldn't expect. For example, I wanted to do a predominantly pink illustration right here, and as you can see, I actually ended up using more purple and blue than anything. In my opinion, it looks a lot better than it would have if it was just pink. If you're doing shading, I definitely recommend playing around with colors and not just making the darker version color. If you're doing white, don't just make it gray. For me, I usually use a darker blue or a bluish gray, which definitely is highly beneficial for when you're making the illustration. So one of the issues I did have with this was the shading. Generally, in a piece of art, you're supposed to have an area that the light is coming from. For this, I was kind of confused. I knew it was coming from the left, but I didn't know if it was coming from the bottom left, the top left, or the middle left, which definitely screwed up the illustration a little bit. This is kind of difficult to look at, so I'll definitely work on that next time. Please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. Click the bell for more content, and I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye!